these retailers, and we're talking about not just the licensing trade, publicans, who many of which are very responsible, but also the big supermarkets. Basically, we're dealing with the supply side of alcohol. And it's really important that we approach this issue together. These people, be they publicans or managers of supermarkets at the strategic level, are really important in society these days because they have big influence, and what they do, rather like the media in their stores and such like, is will shape the opinions of the public. And I want to work with them to try and curb the excesses of alcohol that are doing so much damage in our society.
Now, I'm presuming you talk to the public all the time, you talk to partners, you talk to groups and individuals. People give you a lot of feedback all the time. What do people tell you about the availability of alcohol and how that might lead to some of the problems that we see across Devon and Cornwall?
Well, I see an awakening in people when I talk to them, because I would put over the various negative aspects of the effects of overindulgence in alcohol. Let me say straight away that, of course, I'm not trying to shut down responsible drinking, and I would enjoy a drink like anyone else. But what I'm trying to say to them is that we can't afford the excesses. We can't afford them in the damage that alcohol is doing on the violence agenda, or the damage to children eventually, on domestic violence, sexual violence. Nearly 40, or I suspect nearly half of violent crime is alcohol related. And then there is the excessive demands on our policing. Do we really want to run all night drinking, where you can start drinking in the early hours of the morning, and accept the demand on our police, when we actually need the police available by day quite a lot as well? So, where do you want your policing effort? Do you really want it policing people who are overindulgent in alcohol in the early hours of the morning, spilling over into the next working day? I don't think so. So I'm trying to work with the population and work with licensees to make a difference, because that's what my job as PCC empowers me to do. What we've got to do is limit the supply side. That may mean minimum unit pricing. It may mean the low cost of high-strength alcohol. It may mean the hours of opening. It may mean a whole range of things. I don't want to prejudge these. I want to work with those professionals in the trade who understand these issues and see where we can work together to develop the licensing trade and the supply side's social responsibility in society, and work with them to achieve real progress in this area.
And finally, Tony Hogg, a message from you to those people that run the supermarkets and retailers. They'll have your letter of invitation arriving on their desks. What would you say to them?
Well, I would ask them to read the letter carefully, consider the costs that I'm shining a light on, and please join me in an open forum to try and work out what we can do to limit the damage and the cost that overindulgence in alcohol brings to our society.